Welcome UNLV students to our Shotokan Karate Studies program. So in today's class, this is a beginner class. So this is class number 2 in the beginners series. So today we're going to go over some of the things we went over in class 1 and move forward into some things for class 2. So just to start, many of you who are doing this online and at home may not have a gi that you're wearing. You may just be wearing shorts and a t-shirt. Whatever you happen to be wearing is completely fine. But for those of you who are wearing a gi and would like to move through this program at a more professional level or at a level that would be more as a hobbyist, someone who's actually interested in moving forward with Shotokan Karate, I'm going to start today with tying our belt. So I have my belt here. Now typically your belt may be different because you're a beginner, so you're probably not going to have your name or Shotokan Karate in kanji written on the belt. That said, you probably will have a label on your belt. Alright, so typically you want the label on your belt to line up with the label that's on your gi, and typically the label on your gi is going to be on the right hand side of your gi. This gi particularly doesn't have my label. I do have others that actually have the gi label right here on the right hand side of my gi. So that's where you want the label of your belt to be. That said, whenever you start to put on your belt, you start with the other side. Alright, so this is my name side. It doesn't have the tag. Alright, so name side goes here. For my belt length, I generally put it just above my knee, and I wrap the belt around my body twice. Alright, so it comes here, goes over top. Alright, and when it comes back around here, you're going to take the top portion and go underneath both wraps, right, that you just did. You're going to pull it somewhat tight across your body, make sure you have it where you want it on your hips. And then you're going to take the top, or the left side, place it over the top, and then reach your hand through the loop and pull. Okay? It's that simple. Now your belt is tied, you have the proper knot. The label side of your belt is with the label side of your gi, if you have the label gi, but it should be on the right hand side of your gi. So if you're looking at someone who practices martial arts, typically they're going to have the label of their belt on the same side as the label that's on their gi. So that's how you tie your belt. So rewind that a few times if you have to, if you're trying to figure out how to tie your belt. That's the easiest way, in my opinion, to tie your belt. There are several other ways to tie your belt, and there are different reasons for tying your belt a specific way. Some cross in the back, so the way you tie it, you start in the middle and you wrap around. The reason I don't do it that way, I feel that this looks neater in the back, so if I turn, you see everything lines up right here. There's no crisscross, it's not mismatched or not uniform across the back. So I typically do the way I just told you how to tie the belt because I prefer that neater look with the belt when you look around the back. It's still the same knot regardless of how you tie it. It's going to be the same knot, and that knot should look like this. So it should look like a fold coming in and a fold coming in. Some people call it a heart shape. So it folds in here and points in this direction. Again, points to the right, points to your label, points to the tag side of your gi. All right, so that's how you would typically tie your belt. All right, so that said, maybe you've warmed up before class. Typically, that's what I would ask of you as a student, is to come in warmed up, because we're just going to go through some very light warm-up stretches here before we get started, and then we'll move straight into class. All right, so let's stand here and bow into class from Shizentai. Feet come together and yoi. Back to Shizentai, a ready stance. And that's how we bow into class. So at the beginning of every class we will bow in, at the end of every class we will bow out. It will look just like that, so please be aware of that as we move forward into classes that keep moving up from here. Again, this is class 2, so hopefully you've already taken a look at class 1. Let me talk about that just briefly. Going back to class 1, if you're doing this series, I would suggest that you watch each class 2 to 3 times. So class 1, I would expect you to do that class for a full week. So whether you're watching it twice, like Tuesday and Thursday, or you're watching it 3 times, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, do class 1 at least 2 to 3 times before you move to the next class. And I mean that, I don't just mean class 1, I mean every class. So every time that we put out one of these videos, beginner level, intermediate level, and advanced level, you should be watching that video for that week, all week. All right, so beginner level 1, class 1, watch that class all week. Do that class, just as if you and I were standing together in a dojo. The next week when the class 2 comes out, do that class all week. Do it several times. So that you have it down. So basically, if you were going into a dojo every week, you would be going at least twice a week, if not 3 times a week, and you would be going over beginner level things that are covered in each one of these videos, which is again the beauty of this program, is that you can do this on your own time. So many people don't have time to go to a dojo because the classes are only available at specific times of the day, and the dojo may be closed, or you may be working or studying. And so you don't have time to get to the dojo specific times of the day, specific days of the week. That's why this class has been created. It gives you the opportunity to learn at your own pace, on your own time. So whether you're at 5 o'clock in the morning or you need to do this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're able to do this when you were able to do this. All right, so we're about into class. Hopefully you've warmed up. You know the expectation going forward as far as when and how long you should be watching these videos before you move to the next video. So let's get into the light warm-up. So we're going to start off with some jumping jacks. Let's begin. Each. Knee. Son. Young. Go. Yame. All right, good. All right, let's go ahead and do some heel to glutes. All right, just bring those heels up to your glutes. Warming up those legs. Good. All right, let's do some high knees. Ready? Begin. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Go. Roku. Sechi. Hachi. Kyu. Ju. And yame. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and go just wider than shoulder width. Start stretching our legs and our hips a little bit. Let's go down. Not too long. Not static here. Move over to the right. Back to the middle, and go left, back to the middle, right, middle, and left. Good. And come up. All right, now we're going to lean to the right on your heel of your left, stretching out that hamstring. All right, and to the right, just kind of a long Zen Kutsudachi stretch. And runner stretch, so turn that heel, now you're up on your toe, pushing down. Good. And go to the other side, going to the left, up on your right heel. And turn into that long Zenkutsu stretch. And up on your toe, pressing down. center, and up. All right. All right, let's go ahead and get some arm swings. Other direction. All right, coming across, stretching out the shoulder. Other side. Good. Shake that out. Stretching out our chest. All right. And now let's stretch out our wrists. I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing here. So first, I'm going to take your hand, pushing down, just like this. Stretching out that wrist. We're going to stick to this left wrist, okay? And now I want you to take your thumb, put it on the back of your hand just like this, and turn your hand over, pulling down. Kind of push this into the middle of your chest, pushing down on the wrist, pulling right here around the palm, right there around that fat part of your thumb with your other fingers, and pushing down, okay? Very good. And now rolling the hand, facing out, pushing in. Very good. Stretching out that wrist just like this. All right, now we're going to move to the right. So pushing down, just like that. Pushing in, I'm sorry, you should be pushing in against your elbow. And now roll it around and down. Again, grabbing that fat part around the bottom of your palm. And now pushing it straight out and bring it back into your chest. All right, stretch that out, shake it out. All right, I'm going to turn away from you as I adjust my gi. And turn back when you're ready. All right, so in beginner class 1, we talked about Zenkutu Sadachi, which is your front stance. So let's just roll into that. We're just going to walk a few times in Zenkutu Sadachi. I'm going to go over the basics of it again before we get started into it. So Zenkutu Sadachi, you're going to step out with your left foot. Right foot is wide. You're still somewhat forward. It's definitely not flat out going in that direction. Your foot should be at a less than 45-degree angle, coming about here. All right. It should be wide enough that your body and your hips are still facing forward in a shomen stance. So shomen means that I'm facing my opponent. And my front foot, which in this case is my left foot, the outer edge is straight, pointing again towards my opponent. Your knee, you should just barely be able to see your big toe, just right there underneath your knee as you look down. And then again, your body should be facing in this direction. All right, that is your stance. Your body should be upright. You shouldn't be leaning forward. You shouldn't be leaning back. Your body weight distribution should be about 70% to the front and about 30% to the back. The rear leg should be slightly bent. All right, don't stretch it out, don't flex it out. It should be slightly bent. And this should be a relaxed position. All right, you should be able to kind of move around a little bit in this position, okay? Don't be too locked, too locked into place where you can't move, all right? So let's come back up. I'll step out towards you. This time I'm going to step out with my right foot. So this is a right Zenkutu stance. So stepping out. I'm going to widen my stance for you. Again, body is in shomen, so I'm facing directly towards you. This foot is pointing in this direction, not flat out in this direction. It's coming up this way more. And then this foot, again, the outer edge is facing directly towards my opponent. Just beyond my knee, looking down, I can see my big toe. Body is upright. All right, so that is Zen Kusadachi, the front stance. All right, so now, as we practiced in the last video, we're going to walk through that stance a few times. So I'm going to go to the back. I'm going to walk towards you, then I'll move from side to side. So from here, one of the commands that you'll often hear me say is Geidambarai Kumite. All right, that means to step out into a Geidambarai down block. You learned that in the last class. So Geidambarai down block is here. So you're stepping out into Zen Kusadachi, which is your front stance, and you're also throwing a left down block at the same time. Typically when I call this command Geidambarai Kumite, you're stepping out with your left and you're performing a left down block. Unless otherwise stated, it's always going to be a left Geidambarai, a left Zen Kusadachi front stance. Alright? So again, unless it's noted otherwise, unless I'm saying stepping out into a right Zen Kusadachi stance, Geidambarai Kumite, then you would step out into the right. But other than that, it's always going to be the command Geidambarai Kumite. When you hear that command, you're going to be in Shizentai when the command is given, and it will go like this. Geidambarai Kumite. Okay, so again, from Shizentai, from your ready stance, the command is called. You're going to step into the stance at the same time, executing Geidambarai down block. This is a preparatory stance as we get ready to move into whatever exercise that we're getting ready to do as a class. All right, so you're here, and now we're going to walk forward in Zen Kusadachi. From here, you can go ahead and put your hands on your hips because we're not going to do any blocks at this point. And now we're just going to walk forward. Remember a few key things as we walk forward. Do not move this foot. Lean into it. Catch your weight on this front leg. Bring your feet together. And then step out. Don't lift your head. So the reason that our knees are bent is so we're not stepping up, right? So we're not doing this and then stepping out, okay? It's linear, all right? Remember that low ceiling that we're trying to not bump our head on, right? So you're here. Let's take another step forward. Ready? Each. Good. Another step forward. Knee. Good. And you can't see my feet here probably, so I'm going to go ahead and step back. So stepping back, you shift your weight this way, right? So again, we're trying not to telegraph by moving that front foot and letting someone know I'm getting ready to take a step. We're leaning back, okay? So lean, or shift your weight, sorry, not lean. Shift your weight back. Now your weight's back here on your back leg, freeing up your front leg to move and step back hard, again, like we're punching through a piece of drywall with our heel. All right, so we're still in this direction, we're still facing here. When that is good Zen Kusadachi front stance. And step back again. So together, low, punch back with that rear leg, turning your front foot into the proper position, and you've stepped again. All right, I have room for another step, so let's step back one more time. Ready? Each. Good, and Yame. All right, so now let's move to the side. So watch my feet again. You should be following along with me here, not watching, but following along as we go back and forth across the floor. I'm going to do the same thing, but instead of walking backwards, I'm going to turn, so I'll call a mowate. Mowate means to turn. So we're going to step up. We'll talk about that mowate turn. I may have touched on it in the beginner class, but if not, I'll touch on it again here just to be sure. So we're here. We're in our Shizentai ready stance. Geidambarai Kumite. Good. Stepping out into that left Geidambarai block with a left Zen Kusadachi front stance. Hands on your hips. Stepping in Zen Kusadachi. Ready? Each. Knee. Sung. Yum. Mowate. All right, so mowate. You're going to bring your rear leg to your front leg, and then you're going to turn your body, stepping out with your left leg. All right, that is a turn, that is mowate. Okay, so if you didn't quite get that, go ahead and turn, and we'll do it again at the end of this set of steps. Okay, so you should be in a left Zenkutu Sudachi front stance. Ready? Walking forward. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Alright, Moate. Bring the rear or the right leg to the front, next to your left, and now step back and turn with your left. Just like that. Alright, and Yame, stand up, come back together in Shizentai. Bow, as we just finished the Kihon technique, and we're going to go to the other side of the floor. Alright, so hopefully again, you're watching, you're keeping pace with me here as we walk back and forth in this Zenkutu Sudachi front stance. Ready? Coming on to this side. Get up, right, come tick. Good. Good front stance. Hopefully you feel good about the stance that you're in. Hands on your hips. Taking 4 steps forward in Zenkutu Sudachi. Watch your head. Alright, we're not bouncing. Watch your feet. Keep track of everything that we've talked about thus far in this particular stance. Ready? Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Moate. And Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Moate. And Yame. And bow. Os. Alright, so that is our review of Zenkutu Sudachi front stance. We've walked back and forth several times. We have walked from the back to the front and back again. Alright, don't want to focus too much today on moving backwards as much as we need to really focus on learning how to properly walk forward in this stance. Okay, so in the last class we also learned one block, which is Gedan Barai, which is a down block or a low block. That block is blocking a kick. Okay, so a kick that's coming directly in, you're turning and blocking that kick. Minimizing your target, so you're turning or blading your body to your opponent to block the kick. Again, comes back up and back down. Alright, that said, we're going to practice this Gedan Barai down block several times. We're going to go slow at first, and we're going to speed up until we get to a good pace that you feel comfortable with performing this block. So standing in Shizentai, your ready stance. Let's talk about the block again. So, performing the block, your hands come together to shield your body. Your left hand is up close to your ear or right here by your jaw, depending on how flexible you are, how big across your chest maybe. You may only be able to get to here. Hopefully you're able to get up here. The further you can get, the further and more powerful the block is because it's traveling a greater distance, gaining more momentum as the block is thrown. And again, block in Japanese and Shotokan karate is not really a block. It means to receive or redirect. So uke is the block. So it's down and away. Okay. So again, from here, your left hand goes up into your jaw or your ear as close as possible. Elbows come together right here in the middle. Elbows are together, and then you're turning and throwing the block down. Okay. Coming down this arm, pretty much, if you follow this arm, okay, the hand here, and it turns here at the last minute, the last second that you actually throw the block. Your body twists just slightly to, again, you're a little bit offset, so you're more behind me, your belt or your obi is pointing in this direction. This is your Gedan Barai down block. Now you're moving to the right, so the right hand comes up to the ear, elbows still come together just as they had before, scraping down the arm, scraping as you turn, and throw the block here. Turning the arm at the last second, again, to redirect the force of that kick off and to the side. Okay, let's do 10 of these, and we're going to go somewhat slow. All right, so ready. Ichi. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roku. Sichi. hachi, kyu, and ju. Ki here at that last, every time we count to 10 from the class, we generally get a ki point where you would make your voice be heard. All right, so that was 10. I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to do 10 more, slightly faster pace. Not too much faster, but slightly faster. Ready? All right, wrenches in tie. Get them right down blocks. Ready? Ichi, ni, san, yon, go. Roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. And yame. And I'm going to turn one more time slightly again to this side so you can see a different angle. Slightly faster here until we get to full speed at the last one. Ready? Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. And yame. Turning straight to the front now. This time let's go full speed. So I don't want you to move as fast as you can move, but I want you to move at a pace that seems like it would be substantial and would be adequate for a real block in a real situation, a real redirection of force. Try to keep up with me here because I'm going to count it out for us. So wrenches in tie. Ready? Get them right down blocks. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. Yame. Yoi. Very good. Okay, so next up we're going to look at some of the punches, right? So we talked about punching in the last class where we went through chokozuki punching, where we're right here in the middle. Okay, so we're going to go through that one more time. I'm going to stop and grab a quick drink of water and then we're going to come right back. Os. All right, so as I said, we're going to get into chokozuki punching. So before we get into that, all right, martial arts is always about fitness and having proper fitness with your body. So between some of these, we're going to stop today and do some push-ups. So let's go ahead and grab whatever you need to do some push-ups. If you just need to grab the floor, grab the floor. Otherwise, I'm going to grab my push-up board. Grab a number, all right, try to do at least 10 here. All right, I'm going to go for 20. All right, but again, you should be looking for at least 10 push-ups between these exercises, drills, between these keyhole techniques. All right, so grab some floor, grab your board, get ready, and go. Ichi, san, shi, go, shichi, kyu, ju. You. All right, there's my 20. Coming back, let's look at chokozuki punching. All right, so we talked in the last class about how to make a fist. We're rolling that pinky in, each finger comes in tight, and the thumb goes across the bottom to lock everything into place. Imagine you have that little ketchup packet or that little tube of peanut butter in your hand. Whenever you make impact, you're squeezing, okay? That peanut butter, that ketchup, trying to squirt it across the room over there, okay? Same thing with the other hand. Squeezing from here to here, okay? Again, just like you were trying to squeeze out that tube of peanut butter, that little ketchup packet, you're grabbing one end, you feel it, and you're moving that fluid up and out to go in the other direction, okay? That's how we're making our fists. So, we're here, we're gonna go slow. Typically, I like to mark target with my left hand first. Other hand comes to hikite. This is chokozuki punching. We're going to do 10. Remember to ki on number 10. Going slowly. Ready? Ichi, ni, Some. She. Go. Roku. Sichi. Hachi. Kyu. Ju. Ai. And yame. A couple of things that we need to talk about and go through right there. Remember that your fist is up and turns at the last moment of impact. There's where your squeeze is. The squeeze and then the relaxation of the body. Remember, whenever you're punching, you're dropping your arm and letting gravity take it forward. You're here, drop. Let gravity just drop. Okay, you're holding your hand here in Hikite, you're getting ready to make that punch, let it drop. Drop, moving forward, and making the impact, squeezing and relaxing. All right, don't be tense throughout the movement. It should be relaxed, 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 tensed, relaxed. Just like that, okay? That's with each punch. Okay, so whenever you're here and you're marking target, you're relaxed. Typically you hear me breathe out, you should do the same. And then the punch comes. Drop, impact, and relax. Relax, 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 impact, relax. All right, that's what we're going for. Think about that as you go through this. We're going to go through it on the side here just so I can turn so you can see it from another angle slightly. Ready? And hajime, ichi, ni, some, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. Yame. All right. Again, turning to the side. And Shizentai. Let's mark your target. And a little faster now. Ready? Ichi, ni, some, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. Yame. Turning back to the front. All right, this time we're going full speed. All right, so again, whatever you feel is appropriate for your speed and power. Listen to the cadence that I'm talking you through as we count. Ready? Mark your target. Breathe it out. Preparing for your punch. And ichi, ni, some, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. And yame. Os. All right, a couple other things to think about. Each punch should be coming straight in front of you. All right, pick a target. If you're looking at me on your screen, pick me. All right, if you're doing this off to the side, pick another target. Pick a light switch. Pick the dot on the wall. Pick where the doorknob is. Something that you need to focus on so that each punch, whether it's left or right, lands in the center of your body, not out to the side. Okay, so I'm here with each punch. It's not here or out here, right? It's not off to the side. Everything comes dead center. Okay, also watch the height. Now I can tell you that from what we just did, my height was a little high. I was punching probably chin level, which is considered Jodan level, but we should be punching Chudan level. Chudan level is chest. Okay, so you should be punching chest level, as if someone in your exact height was standing directly in front of you and you're trying to punch them right here in the chest. That's your target. That is Chudan level and that is your target. So again, you're here, here. Okay? Let's do it one more time, focusing on those things. So again, not out here with our punches, not turning, all right, so that we're haymakers, right? We're not throwing these kind of punches. These punches are coming from here, from the center of our body, directly out, all right? Again, the other thing to think about is the vibration, right? We may have talked about this in the last class, but that little bit of hip vibration that you should be seeing. Each punch, the wind up is hip. There's a little bit of a turn, and then it comes back to center. So wind up, the turn, the impact, and then back to center. All right, this is called your vibration, it's hip vibration. Everything again is coming from your tanden, and everything is coming from your center. As you come up, there's a punch and then the return to center. All right, there has to be a little bit of hip move because all of your power is going to come through your hips. It's going to come up through the floor, up into your hips. The hips drive your power, okay? The hips drive your power. So remember that little bit of a vibration. Watch my hips if you want during this particular Kihon technique as we do this together. And then rewind it and watch it a few more times. But you should see a little bit of a hip twist with each punch. My belt and my OB, it's not staying here the whole time. I'm not just going punch, 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 punch. There is a little bit of punch, punch. There is that hip twist. You do see my belt vibrating or moving slightly back and forth with each strike. All right. Think about that as we go through this last set. Ready? Standing in Shizentai. Deep breath in. Relax. Mark your target. Right hand to Hikite. And begin. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sechi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. Amen. Os. Very good. That is chokuzuki punching. Grab some floor. Grab your push and pull. Pick your number. All right, I'm gonna go for 20 again. That's what I'm shooting for. Ready. Let's go. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sechi, hachi, kyu, ten. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sechi, hachi, kyu, ju. All right, here's my 20. Hopefully you got to your number. Get ready. All right, so we've done Chokozuki punching and we've walked in Zenku Sudachi in our front stance. Let's walk with our Geto Mirai down block. Okay, so we've gone over Geto Mirai down block. We know what it is. We've gone over walking in Zenku Sudachi. We know what it is. All right, so let's end today's class going through and walking in Zenku Sudachi with that front block, that front low block Geto Mirai. Okay? So standing here, in Shizentai, Geto Mirai Kumite. Alright, so as we walk forward, we're bringing, I'll do this by the numbers, okay? So step one is you're going to come with your right hand up to your ear and your right foot, almost as if they're attached with a string, okay? Almost like this. Okay, like that. Turn a little bit for you so you can see again. Here. Here. Okay, that would be one. So from here, from your Geto Mirai Kumite, initial stance, come up here for one, and step out, and block is two. Okay, hopefully you can see that, hopefully you understand what I'm talking about there. I'll try another angle for you, just straight on. So here, 1, 2. All right, let's go to the other side. Step back a little for you. All right, so from here, our right, we're gonna come up with our left again, as if the left hand and foot are connected by a string. 1, 2. Okay, just like that. All right, so let's try that walking forward. Now, don't worry about walking backward at the moment. We're only going to do this walking forward in this particular class. Okay, so let's step back. Make sure you have room for at least 3, if not 4, forward steps and blocks. Ready? Geto Mirai Kumite. All right, slow. Ichi. 1, 2. Good. Knee, come up slow. 1, 2. Ready? San, come up. 1, 2. And yon, just come up. 1 and 2. Good. All right, Mawate. Mawate from here. Don't worry about your hands right now. Hands on your hips. I want you to come up with your left or with your right foot to your left. Turn. just like that. Okay? I'm gonna go back here, stay where you are. I'm gonna pretend that I did my turn just so you can see me coming towards you again. All right, so now we're back to here. Ready? By the numbers again. Each. Knee. Song. Young. And Yame. Good. Okay. Hopefully you understand what we're talking about there. Hopefully you got that down pretty well. If not, stop, rewind the video, go through that section several more times until you feel you have it down adequately enough to move forward. I'm going to go to the side and we're going to do this several more times. Ready? Get him right, come take. All right, ready. Slowly again. Each. Knee. Some. Young. Mawate. Up. Throw the block again. All right, did you see how that worked with that mawate, with that turn? All right, before I show you again, let's just go ahead and complete the exercise. So we're here. Let's go for 4 more. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. Young. And step up into Yame. All right. Let's talk about that turn with the block this time. We already discussed the turn, the mawate. We understand how that works. You're here. It turns for you. Okay, so you're here. Your right foot comes up to your left foot goes back for the turn. Okay? The only difference here is there's a block involved, right? So, same thing happens with your feet, nothing changes. The difference comes with your hands because you're just throwing that gate up, right down block. You're throwing another left gate up, right down block. Why? We're in left, we're stepping into left. So you're just throwing another left. So you're here, you're gonna come up, turn and throw the block. Okay, I'll show you that from a couple of different angles. So we're here. You're turning, so coming up, turn and throw the block. I'm here. I'm going to come up, I'm going to turn and throw the block. All right, let me go from another angle. So you're here. Up, turn, throw the block. From here, up, turn, throw the block. All right, watch that a few times if you have to. Click into settings, the little gear icon, go up, change the speed to half speed or 3/4 speed. Watch that enough so that you understand exactly what's happening there. Instead of walking backwards, we're throwing that extra block, and there should be more power there, right? There should be more power because with that turn comes momentum. So if we're here and someone is coming up behind me, I see the kick coming, there's more power there. I'm coming all the way from here and then down, instead of just from here and down, right? It's coming from all the way around and turning, right? A good 180 degrees of power and thrust all coming together to throw that block, okay? That's what we're looking for. That's what I hope for you to see here. Let's do this a couple more times. We're gonna start on this side. Ready? Get him right, come on, check. Ready? Get him right down blocks. A little faster. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. Shi. Moate. Good. Ready? Each. Knee. Some. Shi. Moate. Yame. Os. Good. Okay, so again, a couple of little things to note there. I noticed I made a mistake. Maybe you noticed it as well. I turned my foot slightly before I took a step with at least one of my gate up, right down block. So being here, here's the block. Before I stepped into the next one, I turned this foot. I did this. Okay, don't do that with your feet. All right, again, something just to be aware of is that when this is the block and you're moving forward that block, you're shifting your weight. So shift, throw the block. Shift, throw the block. All right, try not to turn those feet out. Try not to give away your, try to telegraph your movement. In other words, that you're moving forward. Because you could be moving backward, right? We've just blocked, okay? If I do this, you know I'm setting myself up to move forward because I'm setting this foot up to be my back foot, okay, here. But if I'm moving backwards, I'm just shifting my weight to here, okay? So here, my foot telegraphs that I'm moving forward. You know I'm moving forward. Instead of doing a front kick, maybe you're gonna now change that to a round kick, right? Because you see that foot movement. You say, oh, he's getting ready to try to block or move forward straight to me. I'm going to step offline, Tai Sabaki, right? Step offline and maybe connect with a round kick to the middle. Because you know I'm stepping forward, okay? These are just some things to keep in mind. These are things that are going to be way advanced as you move forward in this Shotokan Karate Studies program, but just things to be aware of, right? I just want to give you as much information as possible as we continue to move forward in the class, okay? So, before we wrap up today, let's get another set of push-ups. All right, grab some floor or grab your push-up bar if you have them. Ready? Pick your number, I'm sticking with 20. Ready? Go. You. You. Very good. All right, students. Before we close out for the day, let's run through both of the Chokozuki punch and the Geto right down block, standing in Shizentai at a really good moderate pace. All right, so we're going to go through these. Let's go through each one at least twice. All right. So from Shizentai, ready? Chokozuki punching. Mark your target, right hand into Hikate. Ready? Moderate speed, okay? Ich, ni, son, shi, go, roku, sechi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. Yame. Get him right down block. Ready? So for this one, there is no prep. We're just moving right into it. Ready? Ich, ni, son, shi, go, roku, sechi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. And yame. Os. I'm going to turn slightly to the side. We're going to go through the same two Kihon drills again. Ready? From Shizentai, Chokozuki punch, mark your target, relax, and hajime. Ich, ni, son, shi, go, roku, sechi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. Yame. Os. All right. Staying in that same direction, we're doing Geto right down block. No preparation, in Shizentai. Ready. Relax. And hajime. Ich, ni, son, yan, go, roku, sechi, hachi, kyu, ju, ai. Inyame. Okay, so that is class for today. Hopefully you picked up a lot of the things that we had done from class 1 to put them into place here for class 2. All right, going over it again. Zenkuzudachi, front stance, learning how to walk forward in front stance. A little bit of walking backward, but I don't want to concentrate on that just yet. We'll move on to that in the next class. So, Chokozuki punching. Again, good hip driving, hip vibration, right? Think about that. Look back at the video a few times. Check that out. Get in my down block. Talked about the movement here, up and down, redirecting force out to the side, slightly blading the body, feet don't move. Okay. Then we also talked about Muwate, so turning in stance. So we talked about how to turn in that Zengoku Sudachi stance where your left foot is in front, your right is back. You're going to bring your right to your left and then shoot that left foot out and slightly over to the side, right, to make that turn. Okay, practice that a few times. These are simple things that you can practice throughout the day. You don't have to get on a gi or be in workout gear or anything like that. You're standing there watching TV and a commercial pops up. You can stand here, okay, here, 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 here. Okay, commercial's over, have a seat. It's really simple. But these are things that once you, the more you practice them, the more it just becomes second nature. So whenever we're moving in class and we say Muwate and you make those turns, it's just simple thought. You don't really have to think about it. It's just something you do. It's just something you know. All right. So we've done our warm up. Again, I don't like to do too much cool down in these classes. I prefer to leave my cool downs to you, the student. You need to understand your body. You need to feel your body out and understand, okay, we did a lot of walking in stance, so maybe I want to do some leg stuff. We also did a lot of punching and blocks with our upper body, so maybe I want to stretch out my upper body a little bit. These are things that I'm going to leave up to you, all right? These are things that you're doing as a responsible karateka, as a responsible student that's taking this course. You need to understand your warm-up, how your body needs to warm up, and your cool down, and how your body needs to cool down from exercising. All right. As we begin each class, we'll also end each class. Standing into Zentai, ready stance. Attention. Yoi. Os. Thank you all for joining me for this Shotokan Karate Studies program sponsored by UNLV. My name is Justin. We'll see you again in the next video.